Hey, how's it going, everybody? I'm Shadow Stitch, and I like solo running Pokemon Black and White. So last week we took on the game with Audino, and I was very pleasantly surprised by how well it did. As we bring in the tier list, you see it landed itself near the top of the A tier, which is fantastic, above even things like Emboar and Crustle. Not too bad, very cool. So all the Pokemon on this tier list do have videos on the channel, so feel free to go check those out. If you see anything that piques your interest, there'll be a playlist link down below and at the end of the video. But you may also notice something about this tier list. We are missing one type to be represented. Well, we are going to be fixing that today with the big man Haxorus. Hell yeah. So I love Haxorus. This Pokemon is absolutely incredible. It looks so cool, especially the shiny, and yeah, it's just awesome. However, I am not going to be playing through this run alone. So a while back, we chose to do a run with Haxorus with our friend D1. So please go check out D1. He is another fantastic Pokemon challenge runner. He does mostly solo runs in Pokemon Black, X and Y. And even does some older generations, especially backports. He makes some great content, and he was a blast to do this with. There is a stream VOD somewhere on the channel that you can go check out as well, because we did stream this live to everybody to enjoy, and that is going to be the run that we're going to look over and analyze today. So, but if you want to see it in full, it is there for you to check out. So anyway, let's go ahead and finally get into it, see what Haxorus brings to the table. Alright, first things first, look at that absolutely monstrous attack stat of 147. Holy crap. Yeah, so this is still to this day one of the highest attack stats in the series, which is just absolutely incredible. So yeah, with a 60 special attack, you already know we're going to be a big brawler. We're going to be throwing hands this entire playthrough. 97 speed is also not bad at all. You know, it's not the fastest thing out there, but more than enough in a solo running context, which is great. So we're going to be outspeeding pretty much everything in the game. So 76, 90, and 70 in defenses are not too bad. Could be better, sure, but we can take a hit, and that's what's important. So as for our ability, we chose to go with Rivalry this time around. We do have another great option in Mold Breaker, but we'll talk about why I chose to not go with that later on. For now, though, just know Rivalry allows us to do more damage to Pokemon of the same gender, which is kind of cool. So looking at the move pool, though, we have the big hitters like Dragon Claw and Outrage to be the big Dragon-type damage, but also its signature move, Dual Chop, which is very cool. So it hits twice, 40 base power each, so effectively we have an 80 base power move that can double hit, which is pretty cool. So looking at the TM move pool, though, we have a ton of great coverage options like Brick Break, Bulldoze, Dig, Shadow Claw, which is fantastic, X-Scissor, Poison Jab. We have pretty much everything that we would need on the physical side to do really well. So, of course, though, we do evolve up, so let's go ahead and take a quick look at our pre-evolutions. Axew may take the cake for being the absolutely cutest first stage dragon out there. I don't know, but, you know, the polls are still out, but it is a very solid contender. So is that going to transfer well into being able to run the game? Well, 87 attack is pretty dang good to start off with. 57 speed is kind of slow, but not too bad. 46, 60, and 40 in our defenses is, you know, again, not the best, but at least it can take a hit, which is cool. So looking at the move pool, though, we do start off with only Scratch and Leer, so not the best starting set. We don't even get a stab move, but with Dragon, you know that we get the option to learn early Dragon Rage, and that's what we pick up at level 10, which is incredible because it only does 40 flat damage, and in the early game, that's pretty much one-shotting everything, which is great. We do pick up that signature move Dual Chop at the very early level 13, which is incredible. And then we pick up a couple random normal moves until we get to Dragon Claw at 28 and Dragon Dance at 32. Again, incredibly early. So eventually we will evolve up into Fracture. So let's take a quick look at him. Yeah, and Fracture is also, again, another incredible middle stage Pokemon. 117 attack is absolutely insane for a Pokemon like this. Again, 67 speed, not the fastest in the world, but with 66, 70, and 50 defenses, plus the power of Eviolite behind him, he's, going to be taking some hits very well, which is solid. So, continuing on with the move pool, we're going to pick up Dragon Pulse if we really want to use special attacks, but most importantly, Swords Dance at level 48 when we will evolve into Haxorus. So, anyway, yeah, this intro has gone on plenty long enough. You see the rules on screen, and if you are more interested in some of the niche stuff, go check out the description. But for now, I am super excited for this one. I hope you are too. Let's go ahead and finish off the type charts and have some fun with Haxorus. As usual, we preload our starter into the run before it even begins, and I forgot to set my speed up, but it's okay, no big deal. So we're going to be taking the Tepig line. Honestly, it doesn't really matter which starter that the rivals have. I just chose Tepig in the moment just because why not? So I do want to quickly mention before we get really going on, this is actually going to be the VOD of the stream. So if you notice a little bit of choppiness or a little bit of a lower quality, that's why. I unfortunately forgot to hit record whenever we played this, but I did want to make sure that we showcased this run because it was so fun. So anyway, so Axew, we are going to be going with a Jolly nature this time around. So Haxorus probably doesn't actually need the Jolly nature, but as you saw with the stats, Axew and Fracture don't exactly have the best speed, and it just helped with a couple key points throughout the run, especially before we had something like Dragon Rage to be able to boost our speed. So now, as promised, why am I going to be going with the ability Rivalry compared to Mold Breaker? So Mold Breaker is an absolutely fantastic ability, of course. It does allow you to bypass abilities. So all the Pokemon that have Sturdy, we can just bypass those and not have to worry about the Sturdy. We can just one-shot them. However, Axew and the Fracture line have a move that can do that already in Dual Chop, so I don't actually have a use for that pretty much. So there's that, but also Mold Breaker is kind of slow because it constantly will have to pop up text in every single battle whenever it enters. So yeah, that's definitely going to add up over time, and very similar to like we did with Crocodile. The Pokemon itself was already really good, so having an ability that just pops up, throughout every single battle just is added time bloat that it doesn't really need. So yeah, that's the reason that we went with Rivalry, and it honestly doesn't really affect too terribly much, especially once we get our setup moves. So anyway, as we're making our way through the rest of this tutorial, we're going to take out N, move on to Route 2, take care of Bianca, and then head into Striaton City. As we enter into Striaton City, we're just going to go grab the Dusk Ball from the dude in the back alley and immediately head into the Dream Yard. So we do have a couple of trainers here, and on the second one, we finally hit level 10 and learn Dragon Rage. This is an absolutely broken move, for this point in the game because it will literally one-shot everything up until roughly the Route 3 rival battle, which is crazy. So after that, we're going to grab our monkey, move back to Striaton City, easily take care of Sharon in the trainer school, and then head into the gym. Literally the only challenge in the gym is conserving our PP so we have enough to knock out his Pokemon in one hits with Dragon Rage. So yeah, there goes that Lillipup, there goes that Panpour, and yeah, there's no contest here whatsoever, as you can imagine. So alright, let's get on out of here to get contracted by Fennel to do a little bit of work, beat up some dudes in the Dream Yard, and move on towards Route 3. As we enter into Route 3, we can grab the Ultra Ball in the Sandbox, heal up at the house right here, and fully restore the PP for our Dragon Rage. So we have the double battle, that's easy. Sharon, easy. Wellspring Cave, no issues. We can grab our HM friends, pick up the Glitch Rare Candy on Route 3, and then head into Nacrene. As we head into Nacrene, Sharon, of course, hooks us up with those Chesto berries, and I make a quick stop at the Pokemon Center for absolutely no reason. I'll be honest, I don't know why I did that. So we're going to go ahead and head into Pinwheel Forest, where we battle the Nurse Trainer, and I kind of make a mistake. Rage, and I meant, oh my god, I have to... No! Oh my god, dude, I got confused by... Okay, well, I lost my advantage. Oh my god.
Uh-oh.
No. I have to black out. I haven't saved. This entire run.
Oh.
No.
Ooh.
I didn't notice I got confused. I should just click freaking Dragon Rage into... Oh my god, this sucked. That's terrible. Yeah, that was definitely a kind of embarrassing blackout, so thankfully on the next try around, it's not too bad. However, somebody did ask a question in chat while we're making our way through Pinwheel Forest, so I feel like it's pretty nice to answer this one. Do you have any advice on getting into Gen 5 Indie Moms? I guess it just depends on, like, what you feel. I personally like starting with the starters, because, like, all of them are inherently good. You know, so that's what it is. If you want a really, really good Pokemon, just do, like, yeah, like Axu said, do any Dragon type, do any normal type. Normal types are insanely good in this game as well, because they get stab return, like, relatively early and stuff, so that's really useful. So yeah, I'd go with either a Dragon type or a normal type if you really want something good to start off with, but yeah, it's really up to you. We go ahead and deposit our team for potential blackout grinding and skipping a double battle later. Take out Ed, he's no problem. Same with the gym trainers. And then it's going to be time to face off with Lenora. We're far past the point where Dragon Rage can one-shot everything, but it's still very useful for this fight because it can two-shot everything. So we're going to go ahead and go for a dual chop first, though. We do get a crit, but it's not enough to knock her out. So another dual chop is going to come out into a Dragon Rage, and that's going to drop the Herdier. However, we did take a pretty heavy hit from that takedown. Watchog is going to be faster than us and knock us out with a Retaliate, but that's pretty common for Lenora. We're going to go ahead and take out that Blackout experience and then give her another shot. Alright, second try with Lenora. We do have to deal with Herdier's Intimidate, of course, which is definitely annoying, but again, the dual chop actually crits again, which is kind of crazy. So Dragon Rage, we have plenty now, so I'm going to go ahead and just go for that. So Watchog comes out, puts us to sleep with a Hypnosis, misses one on the following turn, thanks to our Chesto Barrier waking us up, and there we go. Second try on the Lenora, not too bad at all, and we got our second gym badge and can head into Pinwheel Forest. Nothing that interesting really happens in Pinwheel. We do battle one extra Ranger, which is going to give us a Pecha Berry at the end. We're going to clear out the bridge trainers on our way so they're out of the way when we come back here for a rare candy, cross the Sky Arrow Bridge, and head into Castelia City. As we enter into Castelia City, we're actually going to stop by the Pokemon Center because I'm going to be incorporating a brand new strategy. So I'm going to go ahead and let past me explain this. Here we go, guys. This is a new strategy that I am including here for the first time. I'm going to go into here. I'm going to talk to this guy. He's going to want to see a Psychic type, and I'm going to show him my Woobat, and then I get to pick a Cherry Berry right here. This is the only way you can get a Cherry Berry before Elisa. So that's not actually true. As we make our way to the North Street here, we're going to stop by, pick up the Eviolite. This is going to be fantastic while we remain unevolved right here, because we, of course, will not reach our final form until very much later, especially with that slow growth rate. So we're going to heal at the house right here, and then I'm going to tell you guys other ways that we can potentially get Cherry Berries. So one way is by being able to thief them from Wild Blitzel. So this is a method that I've used in the past to be able to thief items from Pokemon, but of course in the case of Axew, it doesn't actually learn Thief. I'm currently still on the fence on if I want to allow myself to catch Pokemon and then take Cherry Berry in this case away from that caught Pokemon. I'm still on the fence about if that should be allowed or not, so let me know down in the comments. However, there is actually another way to get a guaranteed Cherry Berry that involves an in-game trade. If you catch a Whimsicott in the Pinwheel Forest, you can actually trade with somebody in Nacrene City for a Petalil, and that will be holding a Cherry Berry. Very interesting. Also something I'm really on the fence about because it involves catching another Pokemon to be able to perform the trade. So let me know down in the comments if you think that these are perfectly reasonable ways to acquire items in the game, or if you think that is a little too much. So I'm still deliberating myself, and after we've knocked out these trainers right here, we're going to heal up one more time and head back towards Castelia City. All right, time for Berg. So with the power of the Eviolite bolstering our bulk, we can easily take him on, especially with Dragon Rage. So he's going to waste our time a little bit here with some super potions, but we're going to level up to 25. So Dual Chop's going to come out and miss on the Dwebble. That definitely sucks, and it actually hangs on, which is really annoying. So Levani, though, should drop to 2 Dragon Rages as long as it doesn't waste our time with Protect too much. Thankfully, it does not on our last one, and we are actually able to knock him out and easily claim our 3rd gym badge. We make our way through Route 4. Bianca is going to be no issues whatsoever, despite her leading off with Intimidate. Sharon as well, no problems there, and we can go straight into Nimbasa City. We chase off some plasma dudes back to the amusement park, and then we get a bike from an old guy, have a quick chat with Bianca, and then we're set free into Nimbasa to do our usual chores. So we're actually not going to stop by the Pokemon Center to grab Return with Stab Dragonclaw very soon. Then we don't really need Return. That's basically just a better Return. So we're going to stop by Route 16, pick up a rare candy, do a little bit of training, take care of some Pokemon dress up, and then it's going to be time for our date with N. Yeah, N is, as you can imagine, not going to be much of a problem at all. So we have Dragonclaw now since we did that training, and we are just going to plow through his entire team. Darumaka drops. Scraggy comes out. That's also going to drop. Sigilif, can you actually take one and be annoying? No, you cannot, but you do outspeed and hit us with a Psybeam. So, yeah, and no problems whatsoever. We're going to go ahead and head straight into the gym. So, along the way in the gym, though, we do finally hit level 30, and my plan can be enacted. All right, and now we pop 2 rare candies. We get to level 32, we learn Dragon Dance, we pop it over Dragon Rage, and now we have a Cherry Berry we can give Axew. Yes, swap out for that, and now I'm gonna just top myself off with a Super Potion. There we go. That is the entire strategy for Elisa. That was my entire strategy for Elisa.
Oh no. I am confused. Oh, I didn't hit myself. Yes.
All right. Dragon Dance. Should just need one. Dragon Claw. No static. Let's go. Dragon Claw 2. One static. Don't matter. Easy. Get out of here.
Nice.
It's so nice when a strategy actually pays off. Let's go. God, you love when a plan comes together like that. Hell yeah. Let's go ahead, head out towards Route 5 and meet up with Sharon. Yeah, and if you thought the rival battles were inconsequential before, yeah, they haven't really changed. If anything, they've gotten even worse. So we got Dragon Dance right now. It does waste our time with Torment, which is, of course, one of the worst moves in the entire game. So we're going to power through the rest of his team, beat up a couple toddlers, and then head into Driftvale City. Driftvale is a super quick pit stop today. We're going to grab the PP up in the trash can outside cold storage, the ether and the protein in the grass. None of the guys inside and the plasma dudes are going to cause any problems. So we're going to pick up the expert belt before heading towards the gym and taking on Clay. So Clay's lead Rock can be pretty annoying. It does have swagger and it likes to go for that sometimes, but it also likes to go for bulldoze for speed control. So after one Dragon Dance, we're still at neutral speed. We can go ahead and Dragon Claw and knock him out. Excudril does live a Rock Smash, but now that he's in healing range, we can go ahead and Dragon Dance again, outspeed on the following turn, and knock him out with that Rock Smash. There we go. Palpitoad also in the back cannot withstand a +2 Dragon Claw, and we have our 5th gym badge, and we can move on. Bianca on the way out of town again tries to stop us with her annoying, intimidating Herdier, but we got Dragon Dance, you're no problem whatsoever. So we easily sweep through her team and we can head into Chargestone Cave, where I thought an actually really interesting topic came up during the stream. There's a couple people that have been saying, like, in the solo running Discord, they were saying, like, freaking, well, I want to get into it, but I don't want to get too competitive. And I'm like, there is no competition. Everybody has their own rules. Everybody plays by their own thing. Like, my rules are different than D1's. D1's rules are different than speedrunners. But that doesn't change the fact that we all have fun just playing the game. That's what it's all about, and I will never be an arbiter of saying, hey, if you're playing the game this way, then you're playing it wrong. That's just stupid to me.
100%.
So,
and like I've seen people in like comment sections and Discords be like, well, I want to do solo running, but I don't have the tech to do it because everybody thinks you need like a fancy overlay and updating stats and all that. Let me tell you guys something. You don't. You need an emulator and you need a ROM. That's
bro,
all you need.
I made this layout in 5 minutes. Like, this is nothing. And that's 100% true. I highly suggest, if you have any interest in doing solo runs, just have fun with it. Give it a shot. So you don't need anything fancy. But at the end of the gauntlet, as you see, we do reach level 38, and just in time for end, we are going to be evolving up into Fracture. Let's go. That middle evolution, time to shine. So, and of course, no problem for our newly acquired beefy boy, and we can move into Mistralton City. We make our way through the Celestial Tower, where I can meet Skyla on the roof and ring that bell. So this also gives me the opportunity to say, hey, thank you guys so much for stopping by and watching this video. Be sure to go check out D1. I'm definitely going to shout him out at least one more time right here. He's a great dude, makes great content, and go over there, give him a subscribe for doing this with me. It was a ton of fun. So, and if you like what you're seeing so far, I make solo challenge videos at least once a week. I stream occasionally on the weekends whenever I feel up to it. Currently, right now, we're also doing a solo challenge speedrun race kind of series with the Swords of Justice with speedrunner 0218. If you're watching this video on the day of release, we should also be live this evening running with Virizion, so you don't want to miss that. It's been a ton of fun so far. So yeah, and I also want to shout out one more thing. I most recently released a ROM hack of Pokemon Black that I call Pokemon Vanta Black. This is just a kind of standard, enhancement ROM hack of Pokemon Black that I really enjoy. So if you're into ROM hacks and stuff like that, you can join my Discord linked down below, and all the information and everything will be there. I would super appreciate you giving it a shot and let me know what you think. So I had a ton of fun making it, and it just was really cool. So anyway, yeah, it's normal YouTuber nonsense saying, hey, 90% of you aren't subscribed and all that fun stuff. So if you can hit that button, I'd appreciate it. So let's go ahead and finish all the cringe YouTuber stuff and face off with Skyla. All right, Skyla time, baby. So we got Dragon Dance. I think the Swoobat's the only thing that can potentially even outspeed us normally anyway, and all it does is hit a very weak acrobatics. So Dragon Claw's gonna come out, easily one-shot the Swoobat. Unfuzzin actually hangs on just barely. It most likely was a range, but we just set up another Dragon Dance as she heals, and there we go. We can easily one-shot that and the Swanna for our 6th gym badge. Let's go. Moving on. Absolutely nothing interesting happens between that and the next gym. Alder shows off his bionic legs, give us the HM for Surf. We beat up Sharon, we power through the rest of Twist Mountain, and we pop out on the other side at Icarus City. Say it with me, folks. Bryson is an absolute joke. So, however, he does have the type advantage, but what's he gonna do with it? He's just gonna set up acid armor, and sure, he lives the first Dragon Claw, but that hyper potion ain't gonna save you. My god, dude. Bryson, you are just a constant disappointment. Good lord. So, Dragon Claw on the Bear Tick, Dragon Claw on the Cryogonal with its absolutely pitiful physical defense, and we have our 7th gym badge, and we can move on to the Dragon Spiral Tower. Of course, the Gauntlet's going to be no issue, but we do want to stop by and grab the Dragon Fang in here. It's going to definitely be very useful, boosting our Dragon-type moves by 20, and when we are spamming Dragon moves throughout the entire game, that's going to be really solid. So, on top of the tower, we see N's fancy new dragon, and we can move on towards the desert. Of course, the Gauntlet's going to be no problem, but we are going to battle one Ranger right here. They're also not going to be an issue, but they will give us a Rostberry at the end of the battle, which is going to be very crucial for later. So we're going to pick up the rare candy here, stop by Nakreen, get a funny-looking rock, pick up the candy in Pinwheel Forest, head back to Icarus City, where I'm going to actually pick up the TM4 Brick Break that I forgot about earlier, and face off with Bianca for one more time. All right, time for Bianca. She does have the Stoutland that loves to intimidate us, of course. So we have Dragon Dance, though. Who would have thought? So we're going to Dragon Dance a couple of times, just hits with a couple weak retaliates, and there we go. You also see that we are incredibly close to that level 48, and we do gain it right here, learning Swords Dance, and we're going to just throw that over Dragon Dance, and there we go. Superior. No chance there for you to live the Dragon Claw. Musharna as well. You are pretty bulky, but not bulky enough. Oh my god, never mind. Maybe you are. And it does hang on. Wow, that's actually kind of impressive. I'm not going to lie. So, Dragon Claw onto the Simipour is also going to drop right there. And at long last, we get our final form in Haxorus. Let's go, baby. The big man is here. So, all right, we're going to get a full restore from Bianca, head into Opelucid City, and our final gym. Yeah, and Haxorus absolutely slaughters the gym. The only challenge is making sure that we have enough Dragon Claws for Drayden. So One goes down the fracture. Druddigan does have rough skin. That's the only damage he's going to be able to do to us this entire battle. And there we go. Take out his Haxorus with our own, getting up to level 51, claiming our 8th gym badge, and then we can move on to Route 10 and the final Sharon battle. Alright, Sharon, you got one last chance, but I'll be honest, I don't think it's looking great for you, buddy. So we're going to Swords Dance up. It taunts a little bit too late. Waste our time with a detect, and then it's time to go to town with some Dragon Claws. Liepard drops as well. Samurott, you do not live a +2 Dragon Claw, and we get to level 52. Very nice. Simisear is the last line of defense, and that, of course, is not going to be able to manage. And there we go. All of our rival battles done and dusted, and we can move on towards the Victory Road and make our way to the Pokemon League. As we make our way through Victory Road, we're going to stop by, grab the rare candy, and take out a couple of trainers. So we're not going to do too much in here, but we will make our way out on the other side at the level 54, just in time for the league. Let's do this. Grimsley's up first. We do have a Brick Break now and Swords Dance. However, his Scrafty loves going for Sand Attack, and of course that's what he does. So one Brick Break is going to knock it out, though. Crocodile comes out. Intimidate shouldn't really matter, but we do miss our first Brick Break. Thankfully, he does not go for Foul Play and just hits for a Dragon Claw for about half. We do miss on the Bisharp, but again, does not knock us out, and we can level up to 55 just in time for the Liepard to hit us with a Fake Out. And thankfully, even though we did miss a couple of times, we easily make our way through the first member, moving on to the next. All right, time for Caitlyn, and if you thought Grimsley was free, well, Caitlyn's even better, because all we have to do is set up a Swords Dance and then go to town with Dragon Claw. Let's go! So Dragon Claw onto the Sigilyph is going to easily drop. Musharna, same deal. And then last but not least is going to be her Gothitelle. Easy peasy, moving on to down. Marshall's up third, and he does have a throw that likes to slow us down with Bulldoze. But we have Swords Dance, so we can power up. So Dragon Claw is going to come out at +2, easily knock out the throw. Sock comes out, but we have a special surprise just for you. That Dual Chop is going to be able to power through the Sturdy with the multi-hits. Who needs Mold Breaker? Conkeldurr also drops to +2. Dragon Claw, Mienshao comes out. It does outspeed us as well, but it just hits a jump kick. We hang on thanks to our pretty decent defenses, and we can move on to the final member. Chantal's last, and she's why we needed the Ross Berry. So we're going to go ahead and set up Swords Dance. This thing does have Will-O-Wisp, but it just misses. You'll love to see it. So we're going to Dragon Claw, easily knock that out at +2. We do lose our Rivalry ability, but not like it would have actually mattered at +2 with this attack stat. So Golurk goes down, so does Chandelure. No Flame Body proc there either, which is cool. And Jellicent goes down as well. Very nice. So all 4 members are taken care of, and we can take the elevator to the bottom floor and check on Alder, see how he's dealing with N. N summons his gigantic castle out of the ground somehow, and it is up to us to chase him down through it and take him out because Alder couldn't hack it. So yeah, we're gonna grab one more rare candy on the way and then meet up with the man himself in the throne room. By having a full team, we could deny adding Reshiram to it, so we can lead off with Red Eyes Black Dragon versus Gendora, the Dragon of Destruction. Okay, give me a break. I don't know Yu-Gi-Oh! Very well. Okay. So anyway, we set up a Swords Dance, and what do you know what's gonna happen? We're gonna power through everything with Dragon Fang boosted Dragon Claws. So Archeops is gonna come out. That's gonna drop as well. Clink Clang, we have Brick Break just for you, even though I'll be real, I think Dragon Claw probably would have killed it. So Zoroark is going to be his penultimate Pokemon, and then Carracosta, just like the sock, we got Dual Chop just for you. Let's go. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy, and then it's going to be time for us to face off with Ghetsis after he throws his little tantrum, but I make a pretty big mistake. Shit, I forgot to give him a freaking Pentaberry. No!
Oh no! Oh no!
No, 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 no. Okay, okay, it's okay. We're going to freaking one-shot it. Because rivalry, right? We're just gonna go for it. YOLO this shit.
Go for it.
Damn it, it missed. Oh, he went for Shadow Ball! We're good. We're cooking. We're freaking cooking. Alright.
Go.
Never
I'm not there
freaking
yet
punished.
in the stream, but let's go.
Never punished. Yeah, and after that absolute throw from Ghetsis, we just plow through his team with +2 Dragon Claws. Yeah, I do not understand this AI sometimes. Like, sometimes he just wants to be annoying and toxic and protect, and sometimes he's just gonna click Shadow Ball for some reason. Of course, Bisharp's gonna drop to a Brick Break, get us to level 63, and the last man standing is going to be Electros, and that drops as well. Let's go. So, yeah, Haxorus has done it. Who would have thought? It's absolutely incredible. You see the time down there in the corner. Easily lands it at a very solid tier placement. We do end our timer at the end of N's final dialogue, or right here when the credits start. But for now, yeah, Haxorus was a ton of fun. I had so much fun doing this. It was an absolute blast to play this Pokemon, especially because I played it alongside a friend at the same time. So one more time, go check out D1 as we get our final in-game time of 1 hour, 52 minutes, and 41 seconds, which is absolutely fantastic. So let's go ahead and finish up the credits right here, see our final in-game time, and rank this guy. And there you have it. We got a final in-game time of 4 hours and 36 minutes. So yeah, this Pokemon is absolutely incredible, as you can imagine, and I had an absolute blast playing him. So I do know that I could definitely do a lot better than this run, and I did, because I did a follow-up run with a final time of 1 hour, 51 minutes, and 50 seconds. This time I had 4 resets. I'll be completely straight with you, I don't remember where those were, but the VOD of it is on the channel in the unlisted playlist linked down below. If you want to ever see any of my runs with just the raw footage, that is available right there. But that is the time that we are going to be ranking today, and where does it place him? Right at the top of the A tier. Let's go. So yeah, I definitely think I could probably push this guy a little bit further, but for now, I'll probably revisit him in the future. This was a ton of fun, but you may notice something. The video's not over yet. What's going on there? So yeah, D1 has a very fun little thing where he does the post game, and I thought, you know what, when in Rome, let's do it. So we are playing the post game today, guys, for the first time on the channel. I do not have pretty much any experience in the post game, but I had so much fun doing this, and I thought that Haxorus would do pretty well. So let's go ahead and do this. We have a running timer on there to see how long it takes for us to beat the post game. It'll be finished once we enter the actual Hall of Fame after beating Alder. So let's see how it goes. First things first, we're going to stop by some old locations to pick up some things we skipped. So we're going to grab the HM for Strength in Nimbasa, take the train to Anvil Town to grab a candy there, fly back to Route 2, push a boulder out of the way now that we have Strength to grab rare candy there, and then back to Mistralton where we can enter Chargestone Cave to pick up the rare candy on the bottom floor, as well as the Bright Powder. And with that, we can make our way into the first post-game area, the Marvelous Bridge. We do get stopped by Ends Ninjas, where they give us a couple random orbs before we can move on and head into the post-game routes. Yeah, and along the way, some of these trainers are no joke. I didn't really know what to expect because I just don't know post-game very well, but this guy has a level 63 Hippowdon, which is actually on par with us right now. Kind of crazy. Thankfully, we set up a Swords Dance and we can power through his team. No problem there. And then we can continue on. We're going to enter into Black City, which is really cool. I always really like this place. It's so cool that it can change depending on how fast that you get here. Since we beat the game really quickly, we got really tall skyscrapers right now. There is a couple trainers here. I was kind of hoping that they'd be better for experience, but as you can see, they're only level 30 and have one Pokemon. It's a Gengar, so that's pretty cool to see, but they're really not going to give us too much experience. So check out all those cool skyscrapers, and then we can move on. On our way through Route 14, we actually encounter a Ace Trainer here, and they have a level 68 Perugly. Holy crap! So it does outspeed us and nail us with a couple body slams, which definitely suck. So Dragon Claw is going to be able to take out the Espeon, thankfully, and she has a Lapras. Oh boy. Dragon Claw comes out and it hangs on with a Sliver, but just hits a Hydro Pump. Holy crap, thank you so much for not going for an Ice type move. I don't even know if you have one, but that was terrifying. So yeah, we'd have to be really careful of these trainers right here before we make our way to Undella. As we enter into Undella Town, we are going to stop by the Pokemon Center and deposit our team because, as you may know, there's a pretty infamous trainer battle right here. Let's go. It's Cynthia. You guys have to watch this one live.
Taking on Cynthia?
Bring it on, wifey. I don't give a shit. I'm trying. We're going for it.
I attempt her with every Pokemon. If they can't get by her, so be it. Here we go. Rare candy. You know what? We're not going to knock out Cobalion. We're not going to worry about little Cobalion. You just stay there, Cobalion.
Hey, she missed Dragon Rush. Let's go.
Let's go.
And we're faster than the Lucario, too. Let's go. Oh my god. Am I going to first try this?
Dude, hell yeah.
Like, that Dragon Rush probably would have cooked me. I'm not going to lie. Ooh, do I want to learn Outrage? No, I don't think so. We don't have easy ways to get person berries. I don't think it's worth it. I think Dragon Claw's gonna be fine. Yo, I first tried Cynthia. Let's go, baby. Yeah, and after that absolutely epic battle right there, first trying Cynthia, definitely one of, if not the hardest trainer in the entire game, was just fantastic. So we're going to continue on through the rest of the routes here. Stop by Village Bridge, where we can pick up the leftovers in a trash can, which is pretty cool. And after doing a little bit more training, we're going to be able to reach level 68 just in time for the Elite Four rematches. Grimsley's gonna be up first once again, and he does have a Sharpedo. It starts off with level 71. We're gonna set up a Swords Dance. We are thankfully faster than it, but Rough Skin is going to give us a little parting gift. So Crocodile's gonna come out. It actually lives the Brick Break and knocks us out with an Outrage. So there is our first reset in the run right there. So we're going to give it another shot. Unfortunately, though, we do make it a little bit farther with the Expert Belt, but not quite enough to finish the deal. So let's go ahead and pop 2 more rare candies and see what happens. All right, with 2 more rare candies, we're over another damage rounding threshold. This should definitely help. So we're going to go ahead and set up a Swords Dance and knock out the Sharpedo all the same. So there's that. So Crocodile's going to come in. It is going to intimidate us, but thanks to the Expert Belt and the extra levels, we're going to knock that out. Scrafty is going to come out, and it actually still lives, but we dodge the head smash. So on the healing turn, I am able to set up a second Swords Dance and knock it out with another Brick Break. And then all that's left is the Liepard and a couple other Pokemon, but at +4, we should be plenty strong enough, especially the Drapion. You know, it is neutral to the fighting, but we got Dragon Claw going right there, and Brick Break on the Bisharp, and there we go, first member down. Marshall's up next, and he does lead off with a Breloom. It does have Spore, so we swapped in a Chesto Berry, and that's what happens on turn 1. So after +2, Dragon Claw is going to easily knock that out. Mienshau's going to come out, does waste our time a little bit with Fake Outs, but we are faster now, which is nice. So Sawk comes out. Unfortunately, I do actually forget to go for Dual Chop. The entire reason I have it is for this Sawk right here, and it hits us with a nasty freaking close combat. On the following turn, though, I do end up remembering Dual Chop, take it out, so no more time wasted there, and we should be plenty fine for the rest of his team. So throw, Toxicroak goes down. We hit level 72. Is +2 Dragon Claw going to be enough for the Conkeldurr? Yes, it is, and there we go, 2 down. All right, Caitlin's up next. She also has a sleeping lead, so we're going to go ahead and have another Chesto Berry. She does miss her first Hypnosis, so with that, I can go to +4. We also did finally drop Dual Chop in favor of Bulldoze because she does have a Pokemon later on that's going to be useful on. Sigilif is going to drop as well, and there it is, the Metagross. Bulldoze at +4, easily going to knock that out right there, bring us up to level 73. Reuniclus as well, no chance in hell you're living. A +4 Dragon Claw, and there's the Bronzong. This Bronzong does have a Levitate though, so we do have to go for Brick Break. +4 Brick Break, is it going to be enough? It is! Let's go, and all that's left is just her Gothitelle, and a +4 Dragon Claw is going to take that on 3 down. Chantal's last once again, and we still have that Rossberry. Let's go. Coffergregas, though, it seems like it took a page out of Ghetsis' book and just goes straight for a Shadow Ball for some reason, which lets me set up to +2. Another Shadow Ball comes out, and on her healing turn, we are going to go to +4, and that should be more than enough for us to power through this team. So Frostlass, it's pretty speedy, but not fast enough, and we take it out with a Dragon Claw, bringing us to level 74. Get the chance to learn Giga Impact. Now I think I'm good. And then Golurk comes in. There we go. We drop that as well. Jellicent could kind of mess us up with a little bit of Curse Body shenanigans, but not this time around, thankfully. Driftblame comes out as well. We take it out with a Dragon Claw, but it has Aftermath. I kind of forgot about that. Thankfully, though, we hang on just barely with 8 HP, and we can go for a Bulldoze, knocking out the Chandelure and still preserving that Rossberry. There we go. We have finally completed the Elite Four, and it's going to be time for Alder. Let's see how my first attempts with the true champion go. So, okay. Let's go.
I was going to say Dragon Claw might be better against it.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, if he brings it out first, early, then I can go for Bulldoze. So I don't have to worry about the Flame Body. Oh my god, that hurt. No, my god, no! I have to reset. Me first did my Dragon Claw. What a jerk! Yeah, my first taste of Alder was not too great. So we're going to give it another shot, though. I'm going to go for Dragon Claw right off rip. It still does so much damage. So I'm going to try to go out with this with no setup, see how far I can go. Drudigan definitely have to Dragon Claw this thing. It has Outrage. It's going to knock me out. Rough Skin as well. Vanillux, I could probably knock it out with a Brick Break, which I do, thankfully. But then it's going to be down to the Escavalier. So we give it our best shot to try to set up, but X's are going to knock us out. And now we just keep throwing ideas at the wall. So I take reset after reset. just trying different strategies, trying out Dragon Fangs, Leftovers, Expert Belts, everything that I could think of. I realized that I never picked up the TM for Rest that could have been potentially useful. But at the very end of all this testing, I do see one shining beacon at the end of the tunnel. We're trying the Bright Powder. Let's do this.
I'm putting the Leftovers on for... Actually, you know what? Fighting Grimsley. We're gonna fight Chantal. What is her Cophagrigus? No, Will-O-Wisp or Toxic?
Wait. Wisp. It knows Wisp. Shadow Ball, Psychic, Wisp, and Energy Ball.
Alright. We're gonna go Leftovers on Grimsley.
Yo, it worked! Let's fucking go! He missed 2 fucking blizzards and I got the +4! Let's go! Bright Powder fucking gaming!
Dude, Bright Powder best strats.
Hell yeah! Oh my god, let's go! Alright. And boom. 30 minutes and 44 seconds. With a final in-game time of 5 hours and 29 minutes. Let's go. Hell yeah. And yeah, D1 said it himself. Bright Powder strats, best strats. Let's friggin' go. So yeah, that was absolutely wild. I had a blast playing this with D1 alongside him. Please go check out the stream bot if you haven't already. Go check out D1. This was so much fun to do with him, and he's just not only a great content creator, but a great friend. So I would super appreciate you go give him a sub, and if you haven't already, maybe give me a sub. I would just love that. So anyway, that's going to be it for today. Be sure to come back next week because the powerhouses don't stop, because we're going to be playing with Darmanitan, and it's going to be a ton of fun. So this video has probably been long enough. I don't know what it's going to edit down to, but I hope you guys enjoyed nonetheless. Like, comment, sub, all that fun stuff. I love you all. Deuces.